first of all, thanks guys for joining. We want to talk the last topic of the day, which I still feel is the most important topic for this entire industry, which is basically enterprise scaling, right? So how can we bring all the amazing technology, all of the amazing ideas to mass adoption? And the key to mass adoption is obviously enterprise scaling, right? So I would start with maybe giving my panelists a few minutes of introduction each. And after that, we're going to engage in a discussion around certain aspects on what might help for corporates to adopt. And at the end, I'm going to share also a few insights into our latest executive report that we've done, because we've also asked a lot of executives that we work for, like, what are you excited about in the crypto world, and what is holding it back? So, Mohammed, let's start with you. Maybe quick introduction. I know we heard your presentation already, but quick introduction there.
Thank you, Pierre. And yes, my name is Mohammed Salman, Anjum, CEO, our chief mate for the Invoice Mate. And also we have, it's under the company name MateSoul. We do metaverse projects and the fintech project, which is Invoice Mate, which I recently presented in front of you. I believe that if there has to be any kill for the volatility of cryptocurrencies, there has to be adoption. And adoption in enterprise sector, not just in the futuristic niche of corporate use cases. So the more tokens or cryptocurrencies will be having use cases in enterprise sector, this will create a demand and supply in actual world, and not the pumps and dumps which we are seeing, and the volatility in the token prices or the cryptocurrencies we generally visualize. So to avoid that, we need the adoption. And adoption can only come through enterprise, because they are the people who are doing business in the world, not the very tiny niche of crypto traders.
Great. Ihor.
Hello, my name is Igor. I'm from Ukraine. I am the founder and CEO of QBEin network. We develop Web3 and do QA for Web3 projects. Last year we did maybe 90% of all mechanics for play to earn, move to earn, any gamification, staking, wherever. Like chips, modifications of NFTs that give more for original NFTs. Something like that. Regarding adoption, yeah, I think it's inevitable. It's like the new row of evolution, like this.
Khalid.
Hello, everyone. My name is Khalid Shaikh. I'm the CEO of SoCo's NFT marketplace. We have NFT marketplace, which is decentralized, and mainly we are focused on phygital NFTs, where physical products, when you buy NFTs, you get physical products with digital ownership. So that's our concept, and we are in niche areas like sports, memorabilia, arts, and collectibles. So we have sports collectibles on our platform, then we have physical arts, and we have unique collectibles as well. So that is about SoCos. And yeah, as you said about adoption of blockchain for enterprise. So it is like whenever there is a new technology or new system comes in the market. So adoption is it is acceptable by everyone. It is just that whether it is feasible or not. And blockchain has already deployed many with many companies and many applications. So already we have we are seeing moving Web2 companies to Web3 already, and I see a great future for that. Yeah.
All right, great. So Mohammed, maybe we start with you. So you showed us that you already have some significant corporate partnerships going on in Pakistan. So from all the experience, like negotiating with them, having the entire acquisition process, like what do you think was key, and what is something that maybe our other fellow crypto friends can learn from that when talking to corporates?
Key is patience, because all what I showed, of course, it looks very big, but at the same time, there's a long journey behind all these partnerships. You have to educate them, orient them for something new. This is a transformative place or space where they have never worked before. Blockchain is also having a taboo about like crypto trading and all those kind of Ponzi schemes attached to it. So it's like the best thing for you as a startup or as a crypto or a blockchain project, if you want to work with the enterprise and corporate sector, or even for that matter government sector, stay patient first of all and go with the education first. Try to educate them for the broader like perspective of using blockchain for the effectiveness of their operations, and then bring in your solution. If you'll straight try to pitch your own project and they have still like a negative perception about blockchain in general, your place will be, I think in like next 10 minutes you will be out of their office and they will forget about you. So if you want to stick to their minds, just educate them slowly and gradually, bring them to the benefits of the blockchain use cases, then shift them to, okay, this is the solution which directly impacts your ROI. That's a very important thing. So after patience and education, the third important thing is pitch ROI, don't pitch blockchain. Tell them what blockchain is doing in your solution and what it will do for their pain points which you're trying to solve. So yes, patience, education, and then the ROI, addressing the ROI part.
Very valid points, yeah. Igor, what's your view?
Some companies already have blockchain, like IBM, Microsoft, Oracle, Daimler. So you're right about education. And you know that they absolutely don't have a clue what is the blockchain, how it works even on the C-level. And they are not rushing to go to the blockchain. It's like everything works like it works right now. They don't rush too much. And maybe the patience is the key. Like we just need to do what we do, show the success of other cases and explain that 10 or 20 years before, if you are not in the internet, you don't have a business. If you're not on the blockchain, you don't have a business. You die like a dinosaur, something like that.
All right. And now from a point of view of someone that is dealing in particular with NFTs and so on, so what do corporate think about this?
So basically, as your first query, I wanted to address that, when you present solution to anyone in this world, so a solution should be simple and it should be flexible, feasible. So when you have these qualities in your solution, no matter what you use, okay? And when you have a blockchain with you, you have a flexibility, you have security, and when you deploy any new system to the market, adoption is very slow and it grows gradually. Like for example, concept of digital banking was deployed far many years ago, but we seen all this in real use cases after a very long time, because adoption takes time to people, because we are in this world where everyone is not everyone is not very technical and technology expert. So your solution, if it is simple and if it is feasible and if it is giving people what they want, so your solution will work.
Too optimistic. I think we need a crisis, because the coronavirus moved our life to the remote work. And maybe somebody don't want to do that, but it happens. The same crisis will go with the finances, and the enterprises will be affected by this crisis. It's inevitable. So the blockchain is the answer. If they start right now, maybe they survive.
I think that's a good point and a good analogy to the remote work thing. I mean, I can tell you as a consultant, in 2019, it was nearly impossible to get remote work or video conferences with most of our government clients, right? I mean, that was just not feasible. They didn't have the tech. Changed relatively quickly when there is a crisis. So, I mean, we might see a crisis brewing as we speak right now, and that might give rise to further blockchain applications.
Usually they wait until it's too late, and then they take the last company they can work with, and trying to update all their processes. Maybe need to change something.
So if we look at like kind of the different trends we see in the crypto economy, from future of finance to tokenization, metaverse, supply chain, mining, and digital identity, and then maybe like the Web3 data economy angle, like out of these trends, what do you think is the one that will have the most adoption in 3 years from now?
I think first and foremost, because of the relevance to the crypto, it's going to be the fintech sector, where that is going to be having a biggest impact. GovTech will be the second, again, because the governments and the financial institutions, they require transparency, they require the trust part the most. And these are the two sectors which are gaining some adoption for last couple of years at the mass production level. And I'm seeing this trend to continue. I'm not big on NFTs and metaverse yet. I think an NFT has its own niche use case, but not applicable for the mass adoption. Of course, it's for the collectors and gamers. It will stay like that. Maybe a little bit more utility we have to bring in to bring it to the enterprise. Otherwise, this will stay out of the enterprise. And anything staying out of enterprises will not go for the mass adoption. For the metaverse, yes, but as we stand now, the infrastructure is not there. The overall, like, I don't think there is like enough for the metaverse to kick on. Even the utility part, the stuff you are offering in metaverse is not easy to use in that so-called metaverse environment. Otherwise, it's just a 3D world you are trying to like pitch as metaverse. So metaverse has a different definition and 3D applications, which every now and then we are seeing when Dubai, that X government is going on metaverse, Y government is going on metaverse, like Z bank is going on metaverse. They are not going on metaverse. They're just bringing a 3D application for their new, like as a channel of their new, for their like correspondence with their citizens and maybe their users. That's it. So for the next 3 years, it's going to be fintech applications and gov applications on blockchain, which will be bringing some value.
Interesting. What's your take?
Partly agree about it because we go into globalization. The government forces us to pass KYC, close
Where is that globalization happening?
When?
We are going back to nationalization for last few years now. I said we are not going for the globalization. We are going back to the nationalization for last 3 odd years. Every country is going back to its saving its own national interests. Globalization was a phenomenon of 90s, early 2000s. For last few years, going back to the national interests.
Hard to agree because of USA.
You have the right to disagree.
USA want to control everything, and if somebody doing something with crypto, US want to have a part of it, and force other governments through proxy countries, proxy wars to follow the interest of the US nation, something like that. This is the globalization. And they close the exchanges, they put the founders of the cryptocurrency projects in jail and stuff like that. So it's not good. But this is where we're going right now.
What are the trends you see 3 years from now that will be most successful?
DID, digital identity, because it helps to pass KYC, it helps to realize who doing what, about where, all questions in one NFT, let's call it like this. So NFT can be bounded to DID, and this is the trend, I think so. We want different trends, but this is where we go.
Yeah, interesting. Khalid.
So, in my opinion, money speaks. So, whenever wherever there is a money involved, money is involved. That will grow. On a large scale and very fast. Like DeFi will be there, and after that, metaverse. In my opinion, like DeFi, metaverse, and DeFi and metaverse is having use cases and coming up with great use cases of NFTs. So I can see, many opportunities in this. But if I want to categorize, like if I want to prioritize what will be the first and the second, then so DeFi, then GameFi, Metaverse, because there's money in this. And if you go to the internet and you will see people are searching, how to make money. So it is it hits more on Google. So wherever there is money involved, and it will have a future, because everyone wants to make money. And in this particular, if we are in this room with 20 people, or if we are in some city, whenever you ask people why they are here and why they are there, why they are in this particular space. So the main priority for them is money. Okay. Yeah.
About metaverses, I think, bless you. About metaverses, I think he is right. We need to create workspaces for the people to extend the bubble of the economy, to let current bubble, when it burst, migrate to somewhere else. Metaverses is a good reason, scalable, where with coronavirus, people doing remotely. Now they will doing all work online. They will have their own workspaces in the metaverse and stuff like that. And the current news that metaverses are not so popular, like 60 people or 600 people online, it's a good sign that we need to jump in it right now, because it still have a space and a lot of people don't believe in it. When they will believe in it, it will be too late. So if you have time and you don't know what to do, try to do metaverses.
All right, interesting.
I have a question. I have a same question for you. What you see in this particular...
I was just about to tell you guys.
Yeah,
I was just about to tell you, because we need to wrap up, right? So 3. We managed that in 3.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned in the beginning, so
with numbers.
Sorry?
With numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
I want that.
I can tell you. So we've asked 150 C-level executives from 10 different verticals, basically our main clients, corporates, governments, and so on, and we ranked the trends. So what are the trends that you think will have the most impact on your business, and what do you see has the most adoption in 5 years? So implementation and impact, right? Guess what was the number one thing that everyone thinks has the most impact?
Metaverse.
No. Digital identity, as you also said. Because corporates understand that if they want to enter this game, and if mass adoption comes and we have trustless interactions, for some of the interactions, they need to document who they're dealing with, whether it's a machine, an organization, or a person, right? You need to have a digital identity layer in that. The funny thing is, no one is trying to solve this on his own, right? Everyone is working in associations right now, which I think is a good thing. Second interesting point is the trend with the most business impact that the executive ranked was Web3 and data economy. Because now finally, through the incentive systems that we have in place now, we can actually monetize data in a fair way. So we can demonopolize Web2, and all the companies that missed the train 5 to 10 years ago when all this platform hype was going on and everyone felt left out because they didn't make it to the platform game, they feel it's a new renaissance and they have a new opportunity. Last thing, the metaverse, obviously if you look at press and everything, it's obviously the FOMO topic, right? Every corporate is going into the metaverse, building something, claiming it's the metaverse, and I'm fully with you, Mohammed, it's actually not a metaverse. And a lot of the times we arrive and then the question to us is, okay, can you help us do a business case around it? And the sad answer is, to most of these things, there is no business case, right? In the survey, it was quite interesting to see that metaverse is actually not seen by executives as something that they really believe in. My humble point of view is, if you were around in 2018, I guess, in the crypto scene, right? Yeah? No? Okay. But for those who don't remember that, yeah, we had a company called Long Island Iced Tea that was listed on New York Stock Exchange, and they rebranded to New York Blockchain. Yeah? For no reason. There was no blockchain involved, nothing. They just rebranded, and the share price went up 700%. I see a similar trend with metaverse at the moment. Corporates just going into metaverse just to get that sugar high and just to claim we're doing something for a valuation raise. But that's very short-lived. Yeah. With that, I think we need to wrap up. Thank you so much, guys, for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And this is one of the most interesting talks for today, I believe. So thank you very much. This was very interesting. And obviously now it's time to wrap up the Disrupted 2022. It was so great you were here. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope you get to know someone new. And I hope you get inspired during these 2 days. And the best part is that the coffee and all the beautiful snacks are right outside waiting for you. So even though we moved the break a bit, the snack didn't disappear. So please enjoy yourself. Have an amazing rest of the day and rest of the week. Thank you so much.